The most awful vampire in the world, otherwise known as Daddy Vladdy, is probably one of the most infuriating gameplay features about The Sims 4 vampires. Whatever world you live in, he will always come knock on your door and ruin the aesthetic. With the Werewolves Pack, thankfully they are giving us an option to limit werewolves only to the Moonwood Mill world in the Werewolves Pack. Therefore, if you want to avoid all of the occult werewolf gameplay, you can do, which is so great, because sometimes we want the occult gameplay, but other times we don't, and it's really, really nice that they're giving us the option. Lore and story features are something that's been lacking in The Sims 4 ever since release, and it's something that almost all Simmers have complained about. With the new Werewolves Pack, they are finally giving us lore. In the recent Sims 4 Werewolves livestream, they explained that the world includes a lot of lore around different areas. There's lore about moon seekers, whatever they are, and also a conflict between werewolf and vampires. In order to find out information about this lore, there are multiple ways, including asking the werewolves in the Moonwood Mill village, and you can visit the rundown library in the village and read some of the books, and it gives you some information there. There's also a special townie called Greg. He has a very similar role to Daddy Vladdy in the Vampires Pack in that he's some special townie. There's some special interactions with him, and they showed some of the interactions off in the live stream. It looked pretty cool, so there's a lot to discover in this pack. Now, we all know Sims 4 worlds are quite bare and empty, but they have advised us, the Sims team advised us, that this world will contain a lot of stuff in it. Granted, the world does only have 5 lots. In the outside areas of the world, they said that there will be a lot to explore. They didn't really show any of that off, so I don't know what there is to explore, so I will hold my tongue on this one until we actually get more information, but it sounds good so far. Cross-pack compatibility is not something that the Sims team do that often, and when they do it, it's always really great. There's never really been that many special interactions between the Sims 4 occults until now. The Werewolves Pack has almost kind of brought all of the occults together, and it's found a new way to actually interact with occults, which is really great. All occults will be affected by the new lunar cycle feature. There would also be a lot of special interactions between all of the different occults and the werewolves, but more particularly vampires. In the lore of this pack, there is some kind of war or conflict between vampires and werewolves, so I'm almost certain that there will be some kind of special fighting interaction between them, which will be pretty cool. The lunar cycle itself is coming to the base game, which is great. It is honestly so rare for EA to put a major feature in the base game like this and not just withhold it in the pack, which I'm so happy for. And yes, all of the occults will be able to interact with the lunar cycle in some way. Even normal human Sims will be able to, which is amazing. And you know how Simmers have been complaining for ages that we're just not getting enough aspirations? Well, this pack comes with 5 aspirations. Well, 1 aspiration and 4 sub-aspirations. There will be a brand new werewolf aspiration, but once you take on that aspiration and complete it, you'll unlock 4 extra aspirations, all of which are really, really unique. I actually think it's really great that you have these secret aspirations, because once you complete an aspiration, it's always just like, well, that's it, I'm done. I actually really love how you've got 1 major aspiration, and once you complete it, you can unlock some more and keep going down the same path, which I think is such a great feature. I wish they did this with all aspirations. Of course, as with the past occults, werewolves are coming with a skill tree system. It comes with a load of skills, which when you build up skill points, you can choose the different skills and different abilities based on them. They haven't showed off exactly what every single skill will do, but I'm sure a lot of them will be self-explanatory based on the gameplay once you pick it up. Now, we know the Sims team are not very good at giving personality to our Sims. This Werewolf Pack has literally done the opposite. They have listened to Simmers. For once, they've actually listened and delivered. So the new Werewolves Pack will come with something called pack values, just like a pack of wolves in the wild, which determine what kind of behaviors they do together as a pack. Not only that, werewolves will have their own temperaments, which will be similar to personality traits. They show this off in a really great way, and it goes to show that they're really listening to Simmers in terms of adding depth into the gameplay. Another thing Simmers often complain about is relationships. Thankfully, there will be a brand new relationships feature between werewolves of different packs. So there are 2 main werewolf packs, and these will basically be in conflict with each other and will have different kind of pack values and kind of, I guess, hate each other, like a little mini war in Moonwood Mill, which I think is really, really cool. In order to be a part of a pack, you have to undergo a pack initiation, which involves you going through 3 missions in order to get in the pack. You can overthrow the pack leader by fighting with them and beating them, which I think is really cool. In terms of the cast itself, it is very, very bespoke and unique. As you can see, it definitely has a very, very grungy vibe. To be fair though, the cast assets are really good quality. Like, if we look at this outfit here, it's very rare that the Sims team would ever do something high-waisted with a sweater kind of hanging down. They're all really, really creative designs, and even if you don't like this specific style, at least the Sims team have stuck to a theme and actually done a good job this time. It's safe to say that you probably wouldn't have your normal Sims wearing this kind of stuff, unless you were doing like a gameplay with a teen who was kind of grungy. But other than that, it's not really that useful outside of the werewolf worlds. Like, this is very much at its core an occult pack, which is great. They've stated that a lot of the cast items are unisex. However, I couldn't help but notice that there is definitely more female stuff than male stuff. No surprise there. Yes, we are getting a special werewolf cast feature. It will work in a similar way to vampires and aliens, in which you have basically two forms, werewolf form and human form. Werewolves actually work in a very similar way to pets in that we do have a color wheel and paintbrush options. You can basically choose whatever design that you like. You can also use a load of preset designs. I think it looks great. I am personally very excited to exploit it and make absolutely crazy, chaotic looking werewolves. And I know the designs of the werewolves are quite controversial, but I actually really love the designs. I think they're really well done. I think they fit in with the Sims 4 style and aesthetic really well. Granted, they don't look totally like werewolves. They do look really great. The Sims team always put a lot of effort into occults, way more than any other kind of pack. So I think we can basically guarantee that this will be a good pack. As well as this, we're also getting a load of brand new base game features, so make sure you check out everything we know about that there. See you in the next one.